Life-threatening flooding in the Golden State. In Southern California's Ventura County, multiple RVs swept into the river. Watch this dramatic rescue, one of several in the region. A driver stuck in raging floodwater clings to a rescuer. They're both hoisted, swinging in the wind before safely landing on solid ground. This morning near Los Angeles, a dangerous light show. A live wire fell into the water, setting a car on fire. The historic winter weather walloped California with heavy snow.
Now we're having a little bit of trouble because the snow is making it slippery.
Torrential rain in some areas, nearly an entire month's worth in 48 hours. And strong wind gusts, creating blizzard-like conditions in the San Bernardino County mountains.
First time seeing snow in a long time.
With San Francisco seeing its lowest temperatures in over a century, and Los Angeles experiencing its first blizzard warning in more than 30 years. In San Diego, several water rescues today.
We just had a vehicle that was in the deep water, unable to drive out, and 2 occupants of the vehicle that needed to be rescued and brought back to dry land. So we anticipate doing this a few more times.
The stunning system now headed east toward Oklahoma City, Wichita, and Kansas City, where 9 million.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency team is on the scene of that toxic train derailment more than 2 weeks after it happened. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi is live with the latest. Good morning, Mona.
Eva, good morning. Governor Mike DeWine said that he'd been in daily contact with FEMA. And although Ohio was originally denied assistance, FEMA reversed course, opening the door to federal aid.
This morning, FEMA disaster teams on the ground in East Palestine, 16 days since that fiery train derailment unleashed a cloud of toxic chemicals. Frustration and skepticism mounting in the community over many unanswered questions and allegations that officials haven't done enough.
I'm 53. I've had 2 headaches in my life, and I feel like I've had one every day since the controlled burn.
Norfolk Southern CEO was on the ground Saturday to see the damage firsthand, releasing a statement saying he is, quote, deeply sorry about what the community is going through and promised to do the right things to help them heal. The town's mayor posting on Facebook, quote, he told us all Norfolk Southern is here to stay and will make sure the village is made whole. We intend to hold him to that. Despite the apology, Norfolk Southern now facing a class action lawsuit alleging the railway company's negligence led to a 1 million pound plus chemical burn pit and the spread of chemical toxins. Attorney Frank Petosa at Morgan & Morgan filed the claim.
The biggest issue is
accidentally laminated my brows too much.
Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner band together to shut down claims that Kylie teamed up with Hailey Bieber to bully Selena. And it's all about eyebrows.
I was okay with dealing with it.
Yeah, let's rewind. Earlier this week, Selena shared this clip on TikTok referencing her newly done brows.
I accidentally laminated my brows too much.
Shortly after that, Kylie posted this snap, writing, "This was an accident" over her brows, before sharing a close-up pic of Hailey's brows. Well, that's when the internet did what the internet does, with many claiming Kylie and Hailey were throwing shade at Sel.
Yeah, I also feel kind of awkward about it.
In fact, the whole eyebrow debacle had people talking so much that Hailey's name started trending on Twitter.
Yeah, that's me.
That's when Kylie slid into the comments of a fan's TikTok about the supposed drama to slam the suggestion that her post was about Selena. This is reaching. No shade towards Selena ever, and I didn't see her eyebrow posts. You guys are making something out of nothing. This is silly.
So crazy.
Selena then responded directly to Kylie's comment, writing, "Agreed, Kylie Jenner. It's all unnecessary. I'm a fan of Kylie."
Yes, it's finally done.
The Supreme Court is hearing arguments on what could be the most consequential case thus far for big tech. The landmark case wants to hold Google-owned YouTube liable for harmful content that its algorithms allegedly promote. That's the important part here. NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett has more on this. Hey there, so what is this court case? Who is suing Google and why exactly? Walk us through the backdrop of this.
Hey, Savannah, these lengthy oral arguments just wrapping up here a short time ago, almost 3 hours. The justices were very engaged in this case. It was a hot bench, so to speak, tough questions for really both sides of the parties in this case. The background here, of course, is a lawsuit stemming from a woman that was killed by ISIS back in 2015. She was studying abroad in Paris. She was attacked by ISIS members. And the argument here is that YouTube and Google's parent company should essentially be on the hook for that death, because ISIS has been posting hundreds of videos on YouTube, essentially using it as a recruitment tool. And instead of taking those videos down, YouTube is actually amplifying that speech, recommending more videos to people based on what they've seen in the past, using their algorithms, which we've heard so much about in the past few years. Now, typically, tech companies can't be on the hook for what other people are posting on its platforms. But in this case, the plaintiffs are trying to say it's not about hosting ISIS, it's about actually recommending these videos. And
to tip or not to tip? That appears to be the question yet again as tipping options pop up in new places. Have you seen it? Now customers are facing a screen prompting them to leave $1 or $5 for coffee, goods, and other services that didn't ask for gratuity in the past, something that has revved up in our post-pandemic world. So what do you do? Our Trevor Alt has a look at both sides of the debate.
It's lunchtime in New York City, and as hungry patrons take their salads, grain bowls, and smoothies to go, we wanted to know, did you tip for that?
I didn't tip, though.
No?
No, I didn't tip.
Did you have the option on the screen? Sometimes it's like a...
Yeah, I did have the option. I mean, everything's super expensive these days. I only tip when there's restaurant service, really, or taxis.
The thing they do now is they turn the screen towards you, so you kind of feel compelled to give something.
Right.
Even though it's takeaway, so you haven't...
Did you tip them?
We did. Well, we always do.
It's very weird because we don't pay any tips in Korea and Asia or even Europe. But in the United States, especially New York, it's so high. It's almost 20 is normal.
Tipping is an American tradition, and it's getting a renewed level of attention and scrutiny as prices go up and more services outside of traditional restaurants are asking their customers if they'd like to toss in a few bucks extra. But some people are starting to feel what's been labeled as tipping fatigue.
I think post-pandemic,